Yo guys, what's up? Got another rarely used match. I'm playing against Bone Collector. He's got Hariyama, Dusk Noir, Rotom Mo, or Rotom Cut, however you want to call it, Lantern, Sandslash, and Archeops. Archeops is a huge threat, oh my god. I have Kabutops to revenge kill, but that's it. I mean, Tangrowth can obviously take one hit and probably get it to the fetus with Giga Drain, but if Tangrowth is a little bit low on HP, that thing is troublesome. Also, the Rotom Cut, I have safe switch-ins such as Druddigon and Tangrowth, but the Volt Switch is really annoying, and yeah, this team doesn't look too threatening, but I don't know, it just seems weird to play around with. Anyway, looking at leads, I thought maybe Rotom Cut, and then for that reason I decided to lead off with my Entei as he leads off with his Archeops, so that's kind of bad. I need to switch, and I'm going to my Tangrowth, predicting the Stone Edge, but he goes for an Earthquake, that's fine. Now I know I can take whatever hit, so I'm gonna go for a Giga Drain to get it to the fetus, but he gets a critical hit Acrobatics turn 2, so Tangrowth gets taken out and I lose my best tank to this thing. So that's not very good for me. I'm forced to go into Kabutops, and I'm forced to go for the Aqua Jet just in case he decides to stay in for whatever reason. I'm going to predict the Will-O-Wisp, going to my Entei, he makes a good play, goes for an Earthquake. Really nothing I could do there. I'm just playing safe because I already got screwed over by hacks and I don't want to make things any worse. I'm gonna go to my Slowking, and I'm gonna be forced to Trick right off the bat because this thing might be a problem. He shows me Will-O-Wisp, so I'm thinking Earthquake, Shadow Sneak, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split maybe. So I know he's going to go for a Shadow Sneak. I'm going to opt to go into my Druddigon, and I'm going to get some Rough Skin damage and possibly get my Stealth Rocks up on the switch. I don't know if I end up using Stealth Rock or go for a Dragon Claw in the process. He switches to Sandslash, and I go for Dragon Claw because I thought going for Stealth Rock would be useless because his Sandslash would have come in at any time and spin them away. So I'm going to predict the Toxic, and I'm going to switch into my Slowking, and I do predict correctly. So good things start going my way. I'm going to go for a Psyshock, predicting the switch in general, probably to his Lantern, but he goes into his Rotom Mo, and I get a critical hit. So finally things going my way, hacks-wise, and that kind of evens out. I'm going to opt to switch because I don't want to take any hit. I'm going to go to my Druddigon, and he goes for a Volt Switch, get Switch Initiative, and he's going to switch out into his Hariyama here to get the Toxic Orb or Burn Orb, Flame Orb. And I go for Dragon Claw. I need to get damage on this thing. I know I'm going to die regardless, but I need Death Fodder. So Druddigon goes down, and now I'm going to go into my Entei, I think, to go for an Extreme Speed. I have to go for it. He's going to see that coming. I'm going to go to his Dusk Noir, but this thing is choice locked, so I can't play this. Can play around this very easily. I'm going to go into my Slowking to scout what move he locks himself into. Because I pack Regenerator, I can always switch out accordingly and go to something else. I know I can take one or two more after the burn, so I'm going to go for one Surf. He does a lot of damage, and I know I'm probably not going to take another one after the burn, so I'm going to switch, and I'm going to go into my Entei because it's the bulkiest thing I have, and I don't want Kabutops to get the defenses lowered thanks to the weak armor ability. He goes for two Shadow Sneaks. I'm going to take it out with a Flare Blitz, so that's finally out of the way, Dusknoir. And I was going to go into his Lantern. I need to damage this thing pretty hard, and I get a crit. Thank you, I deserved it. Damn. That fucking... If I had Tangrowth, this battle would have been so much easier. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm going to Kabutops to go to Sandslash. I'm going to predict the Earthquake, and I'm going to go to Sigilyph. I don't know if this thing has Stone Edge or not, but I'm going to go for a Psychic regardless. He somehow forgot, and he goes for a Toxic on my Sigilyph. Really don't comprehend, but hey, that's good for me. I'm going to go for a Psychic again just to take this thing out. No big deal. And he's 3 versus 3. He's going to go to Rotom Mo, which is Scarf, and I need to switch out. I'm going to go to Slowking as Death Fodder because Slowking is the most expendable thing I have at the moment. I pretty much need Kabutops in order to win, and that's what I'm going to send in right now. I'm going to go for an Aqua Jet. He decides to save Rotom for later, and he goes into Archeops. Really, I don't know why he did it, but I guess, I don't know. I go for 2 Aqua Jets, and that thing gets cleaned out, no big deal. He goes into his Ariyama. I'm going to switch into my Sigilyph, predicting the fake out, and also to rack up a little bit more poison damage to ensure that Aqua Jet will take it out. I go for a Psychic. I guess he did not have any priority. He didn't have Bolt Punch or something. But regardless, he can take me out with his Rotom, and I have my Kabutops left with the Aqua Jet. So I'm going to take the win home. I'm going to win 1-0. And this was a very decent battle. It had hacks on both sides. I got a little bit more hacks because I got 2 crits. But in my opinion, the crit on Tangrowth was bigger than both my crits. Not in conjunction. I already think that I have more hacks. But the crit on Tangrowth was utmost important because I would have been able to switch out due to Regenerator and everything. And also keep my Tangrowth for later against his Sandslash. And his Archeops as well. Well, maybe even against his Dusknoir, so I wouldn't have to risk losing my Slowking. And I now would have it later on to counter whatever, I don't know, Sandslash, Hariyama, whatever. The point is, the game is over, hacks happens, and gotta control it. I won 1-0, very good match against Bone Collector, and I'll see you all later. Peace.